What's going on, everybody? So we're back, and I wanted to make another video on this because a lot of the previous perspective of the previous patch was kind of shrouded under this statement that Blizzard had said. And you can see by Sinful Scribe, the community manager, they posted a Reddit post literally like 10 minutes after I dropped my uploaded my video, and it was processing, and then I had it scheduled and everything. And I was like, oh my goodness. So I decided to just make a full video just because I wanted to give you guys my updated perspective on this update, as well as give you guys the right information, because you can see here, hey everyone, in our blog that was published today, we mistakenly included text that said all servers will be set to server Paragon level 320. After reading that, my heart sank, guys. And honestly, every portion of the patch was like, yeah, but how does this work with the fact that I can't play for a month? Because the Paragon level on my server is 390. Which is literally 35 days of server Paragon. So when I read this, I was like, dang, we just got set back a month and 5 days, which is miserable. But it looks like the actual, what it was supposed to say, because they messed up here, they had a typo. They said this information is not reflective of the player experience and has been since been corrected in our blog. It now reads all servers below a server Paragon of level 320 will now be set to 320. This change is made to 8 servers that have fallen behind in server Paragon level. I apologize for any confusion that this has caused. You can see I went ahead and went over to the blog post just to make sure that this was the case, and it looks like they have updated to that exact new text, which is incredibly important. It basically changes the entire update. It changes the whole update, because every single thing that they mentioned in the update was like, okay, well, they did this because they're moving the Paragon level back. They did this because X reason, or this doesn't really make much sense, or isn't really exciting because, well, I have to wait a month to play it. You know, all that stuff really heavily skewed my perspective. And so I'll just give you a quick update on some of the things that were mentioned. And you can see here, I even posted in this post. I don't remember. I was like, geez, I just posted my video to you. So here you go, my updated thoughts. Okay. So first off, this is a big change. Okay, so now the maximum experience rewards does matter a lot. And again, this was only briefly mentioned in my previous video because, again, they said that they were going to increase the chances of receiving legendaries and set items for people under server Paragon level, as well as increase the XP. But after reading the Paragon was 320, most people wouldn't even benefit from that. It was literally a pure new player kind of thing that it affected, because all those people who were playing casually or may have taken a break from the game, I thought were going to get set back. But they actually have a massive increase in drop rate. This is a massive deal for new players, 250%. Guys, I was thinking it was going to be 30%. That's kind of what my prediction was in a previous video. Based on what I've experienced already, 250%, 2.5 times is massively increased. This is a big change, as well as getting potentially 1,600% experience. And now with the new changes, which was a big problem before, this is all gravy. This is all gravy, because if we scroll down here, or maybe it was, there was this one change. I don't remember where it was. But it basically mentioned that you're going to be able to pair with other players and scale up to your own difficulty in Hell 1, Hell 2, Hell 3, and Hell 4. Here we go. Players now party up across Hell difficulties, Hell 1 through 4. Dungeon difficulty will scale to each party member's respective Hell difficulty. So basically like Elder Rift. So this is a massive deal. This is a really good thing. Some people were like, why don't they do this for Hell 5, 6, 7, and 8? Well, it doesn't really make sense to do it for Hell 5, 6, 7, and 8, because Hell 5 and above are like the progression, right? You want to earn your way to those difficulties. But people are a lot of the times in Hell 5. The problem was that these early difficulties, Hell 1, 2, 3, 4, which was a majority of the game for new players, they basically could not play the game in terms of dungeons because they didn't have a party to run into dungeons with. Right, you still need 2 players, or you still needed 2 players for a while there. They made it to 1, but then even as 1 player, it's like really slow, really miserable, and so they wanted to have the opportunity to play with parties, and so this is a good change. But then it's not so crazy to be like, okay, well, someone's in Hell 8 because they spent a bunch of money, but now you could just jump into Hell 8 difficulty dungeons and get that loot. I guess one thing to note is that if you scale it to a specific Hell difficulty, like let's say you're entering as Hell 5 or Hell 6, and then you pair with people Hell 8, it's scaled to your difficulty, and you drop the item that's correspondent to your difficulty, but you get to pair with those people, that would be a good change. And I do not understand why they don't do that. Maybe it's hard to code or something. I'm not quite sure, but I do agree with some people's perspectives. Maybe not necessarily do it for the higher difficulties, but I still think that they could have done it and made it decent. Another thing here that I was kind of shrouded in, again, the server Paragon, was the Void-Wound Heliquary. Initially, I was like, oh, they're going to set us back, but at least we can farm Health 6, 7, 8, and so on. Looks like that that's not true. So we are still going to be able to progress our Paragon trees. We're still going to be getting access to the new Paragon trees, and we're still going to get access to the new increased Hell difficulty legendary items, and it will still scale to our Paragon level, which is cool. I still don't know if they're going to have a bare minimum Hell difficulty or level for the Hell difficulties. Right now, all it says is that in order to unlock them, you just need to beat these bosses, right? Ophaneb for Hell 6, a Fortress or a Fothris for Hell 7, and Thangrith for Hell 8. We don't know if that's going to have a minimum Paragon level. We don't even know if the other Heliquary bosses are going to have a minimum Paragon level for Hell difficulty. Previously, it had that scaling aspect, and if this is not going to have a minimum Paragon level or even a maximum Paragon level, this could be interesting, because then you have infinitely scaling Hell difficulties, so you can infinitely improve by even doing the lower difficulties, and I think that's a good change. I do think that the higher difficulty should give you better quality, like a better maximum, but I do think that having all difficulties infinitely scale is a good thing and definitely benefits a lot of free-to-play or low spenders. I think that's a good change. I hope that they did that. Again, I can't tell. I can't tell what they're doing with the Hell difficulties, because all they say that it's unlocked by doing the bosses. They may still have the same level caps or level requirements. For example, when you get to level 30, you can do Hell difficulty 2, or at least equip those items. But before that, you still can't equip it. But even to access Hell difficulty 2, you still need to beat Vitath, which actually could be a negative, because Vitath oftentimes requires a higher combat rating. So if you can't find a group, that might be a net negative. I'm not quite sure. It's hard for me to rate these ones without knowing whether or not they are capped or contained within levels. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much my final thoughts on the update. I just want to say that I really don't have anything negative to say about this update. I think that it's all good. The only negative thing I had to say about this update was the server Paragon, and I'm so glad they were quick to respond. Again, expect a few videos here. When this update drops, I want to test bounties. I really would like to test bounties. I'll run some bounties over the next couple of days here just to kind of get my feel for them. I've already run a bunch. In the first month of the game, I ran a bunch of bounties, but I stopped because I knew that it wasn't valuable. And I believe, I can't remember if I did a video or if one of our other content creators, part of Aftershock, did a video. Maybe Chosen did a video. We basically charted a lot of data for this, so we can tell after a couple days, hopefully, whether or not they have a decent higher chance to drop Legendary, because before, I don't think I've ever gotten a Legendary from the bounty chest, so that'll be a nice thing to know. The new set items are great. Bestiary quests are great. I plan on doing videos for the bounty chest. I plan on doing videos for the new Paragon trees. I'm going to be doing videos for the new Vithu set items, hopefully. Potentially, we'll see about that one. And then, of course, all the new content, the new zone area, see if there's any new XP farms available. And then, of course, the new Void-Wound Heliquary and the Hell 6, 7, 8. And then doing a little bit of a video for my first impressions on these new legendary gems. I'm going to have to purchase them from the market and see what's up. So plan on a bunch of videos going forward. I mean, this is going to be my third video today. After the patch drops, I'll probably have several videos. Tomorrow, I would like to go do some videos on what you can do to prepare for the update now that we actually have it. Although, you know, it's kind of whatever we can do, right? At least giving you guys kind of a crash course for this new update. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry I had to break this up into 2 videos, but I wanted to give you guys my response to their typo in the update. If I said anything that was, you know, negative towards the update, you can kind of scratch that out of your mind now, because again, most of that was shrouded under the idea that we were dropping our server Paragon. So good job, Blizzard. That's all I have to say. Good job on responding quickly, because that would have been a disaster if it went on for a couple days, and that's what we were thinking. So thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed, be sure to like the video, sub to the channel. Let me know about the patch notes or thoughts about the patch notes in the comment section down below. I tried to put a pinned comment in the last video talking about the Paragon, but I know some people still had the wrong information, even after, because not everyone reads the patch notes and not everyone goes and reads the pinned comment. So I'll see you tomorrow.